Are you satisfied with the balance between your work and your personal life? Or do you feel your job is taking too much away from you? You know, when I was much younger, I was guilty of not having a proper work-life balance. At one point in my career, I rode the corporate fast track and spent between 12 to 14 hours per day at work, 6 days a week. I was head of marketing of a company that had a nationwide sales organization in an industry that was undergoing upheaval. It didn't take long for me to burn out in that job. Then, at another point in my life, I was juggling several roles all at the same time. I had my day job where I spent my 8 hours of work a day, 5 days a week. Then I was doing graduate studies in the evening. Then I was very much involved in church work during the weekends. And all the while, I had a wife and children to attend to. That was a very challenging period for me, but that was also a very exciting time because I was able to accomplish quite a number of personal goals outside of work. Time is a very precious resource, and it is also inelastic. You cannot expand time. You cannot add more hours in a day. All you can really do is spend your time wisely and allocate your time to the many roles you play and the many goals you've set for yourself. Our society today demands so much time allocated for work, for establishing our livelihood, for building a business, for earning enough money. That means a minimum of 8 hours per day, a full third of our 24-hour day. Depending on the distance between your home and work, you expect to be on the road a few more hours per day. You need time to socialize, be with your friends, or to take advanced studies, or work on a project. You have a family to think about as well. And we cannot steal time away from sleep without harming our own bodies. Most experts confirm that the human body requires at least 7 to 8 hours of sleep per day, and some even require more, if we want our minds and bodies to be at peak performance every day. But regardless of how we do spend our time, if we really want to be successful in having the right work-life balance, we need to be mindful of how God wants us to spend our time, what we set as priorities, and where we allocate our time are things that God really cares about. So, it is wise that we lift up our personal plans to Him. Psalm 127 tells us that, unless the Lord builds the house, those who build it labor in vain. Unless the Lord watches over the city, the watchman stays awake in vain. It is in vain that you rise up early and go late to rest, eating the bread of anxious toil, for He gives to His beloved sleep. We can only achieve the right work-life balance if we submit everything to God, our families, our work, our ambitions and plans, even our leisure. And as we live our lives dependent on the will of God, may we always remember, faith matters too.